Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive 717. I am back with another video. I'm here with Mega Good Vibes. She just had her dinner. We're hanging out here. I wanted to tap into the masculine collective and just bring some messages through whatever the masculines want to communicate right now. I feel like it's an important time for communication and for a lot of them to bring clarity to the connection right now because many of the masculines are hermiting. But just because they're hermiting, it doesn't mean that they're not really feeling the whole twin flame connection. They are very deeply. So many of you might be scratching your head going, okay, if they've had their twin flame epiphany, why are they hermiting? Okay, so it's because the energy is really intense right now. We have, I hold back because I want you to want me. This has been coming out a lot in the readings. And we have here, I ran back to my old relationship out of fear. I don't know how to be alone. Okay, so many of the divine masculines are feeling very triggered just over the connection itself. Okay, so there's a lot of lonely nights, is what I'm picking up on. A lot of changes being experienced in like their work situations. They're having to work really hard. A lot of things are happening at once with the masculine collective, okay? A lot of changes, and I feel like the first person they want to run to is the divine feminine, but when they run to the divine feminine, they end up hitting a brick wall, and that brick wall is the divine feminine's confidence. So many of you might find that there's just a natural shift in the connection. The feminine is not the old feminine. Many of you have grown out of trying to save your divine masculine, okay? So what is happening is they're holding back now because they're coming forward and they really want you to want them, but you're not the same person that you once were. You're not enabling your masculines. I feel like many of the feminines, I've been saying this a lot. Many of you understand the assignment. Many of you know at this time that a lot of your masculines have to go off on their journey and they have to do it alone. I see many masculines too trying to control the connection. We have flirt, okay, extend your lighthearted energy to others. They see you in this energy, divine feminine, extending your lighthearted energy to other people. This could be why they're running back to old karmic situations because, like you guys have noticed in the past readings that I've done on YouTube, they're really afraid of you being with somebody else. They don't want to see you with somebody else. They don't even want to receive it telepathically that you're thinking about somebody else. Or that you're interested in dating, or you may be curious about going on dating websites or joining dating apps. A lot of you might be curious about doing that at this time. If you're on the twin flame journey, for many of you, you might go on these apps and it may fall flat, or you just may feel like you're not ready to delve into other relationships. It's because the universe is letting you know that you don't necessarily have to dive into other relationships or look for anybody else to fill the void that you're feeling. You're just supposed to extend that lighthearted energy to others and be friendly and be comfortable with the idea of getting to know others and not boxing yourself into, that part of the journey where we feel like our twin flame is the only thing, the only person meant for us. For some of us, if we know, we know. But for other of us, I feel like if you're very early on in the journey, or if it's just part of the dynamic or part of the lesson that you have to detach, then extending your lighthearted energy to other people and allowing your spirit to just flow, it's going to be one of the challenges on this journey, okay? Many of your masculines don't want you to do that, and that's probably why it's a challenge as well. It's like, there's something about this connection that makes you feel like, there we go with the true love card coming out. It's true love. It's a once in a lifetime romance. And if it is, it is. But I feel like the universe is trying to say to you, when it's time for this to come together organically and naturally, I'll bring it together. I feel like God's in charge, the universe, spirit, like they're the ones who will bring it together. In the meantime, many of your masculines are still working through old tactics, old patterns of trying to hold your attention and get your attention. And, if many of you are in this place of really shifting into that Empress energy and attracting rather than chasing, I feel like it's going to be just one of those lessons that your masculines learn on their own. You're going to attract from afar, divine feminine. Many of you are seeing things happen, and you know that your masculine's the one for you, which is why a lot of you are leaning back at this time, putting your energy elsewhere, allowing your masculines to feel the true love, because a lot of you already know, and they're your masculines, they're the twin flame. But you also know that with this realization comes a lot of lessons about self and a lot of lessons about, self-care and stepping back and realizing that, like, okay, you know what? There's a fresh start wanting to happen here with me and my masculine, but you know what? I'm not going to initiate this fresh start if it means that as soon as I start talking to them, they're going to start holding back again. Or as soon as we start talking and getting close and I start triggering them, they're going to run back to old karmic situations. Many feminines are prepared this time. It's like you really don't even want to go there with your masculines. Many of you are avoiding bonding with your counterparts at this time because, again, like, it's not like it used to be, right? Free yourself. Many of you are like, listen, this time around, I'm really not interested in connecting with you. If you're part of some type of karmic situation, or if I'm going to be a third party, or if you're going to have somebody else be a third party, I'm really not interested. I'm only interested if you free yourself, okay? So many feminines are looking to their masculines to, because this card says here, taking back control of your life. So I feel like many feminines are waiting for their masculines to be a little bit more in control and in charge of their life. You want them to come towards you single, without baggage, without drama. You want them to come towards you prepared, right? Because many of you are having this epiphany that you're legitimately on the twin flame journey. If you're in the feminine energy, I feel like many feminines are relaxing now. You're kicking your feet up because you've been shown the truth of the journey, and you've also been shown that your masculine sees the truth of this journey. So there's no more need to chase or worry or try to hold expectations or be attached to your counterpart. Many of you are now patiently waiting for your masculines to free themselves and take back control of their own lives a little bit, and then see where the journey goes from there. Okay, so what are some of the actions that your masculine is planning on taking? All right, so we have the Four of Swords here. Okay, rest and relax. This seems like a person heavy in dream as well, so they may be hermiting. They may be having a lot of dreams, a lot of epiphanies right now, a lot of nightmares. The nightmares as well, it's meant to bring them truth. They may wake up in these nightmares or these episodes of like sleep paralysis. It's like they wake up and they can't move and their worst fears start playing out on them. These types of things are happening to push them into regaining stability, okay? I'm hearing that the sleep paralysis and the nightmares is bringing to light the people, places, and things that they need to detach from in order to gain stability, because the 4 is a number of foundation. And we've been talking about that a lot on this channel with many of the masculines awakening. And part of their awakening is not to run to the feminine and start off some kind of romantic relationship with her, but rather create a solid foundation for themselves. So many of them are in a place now of, having these lot of deep, meaningful spiritual experiences. And it's happening like during the unconscious is what I'm hearing with this Four of Swords card. So while they're sleeping, I feel like their ancestors are trying to communicate with them, but also their shadow side, which is causing the nightmares. Okay, so many of the masculines are getting a lot of deep-rooted synchronicities about where they need to be, who it is they are, even who it is their feminine is. I feel like if your masculine has a series of 3 or 4 nightmares in a row and they're afraid to go to sleep at night, and when they finally fall asleep, if you're their divine feminine and you're holding space for them, the energy that you're sending out each and every night, which is before you go to bed, you're like, oh goodness, you're thinking about your masculine, you love them. Some of you might be like, universe, I know me and my masculine aren't in communication right now, but please watch over him. Please protect him. Please, guide him. If you guys notice, I have Hanuman in the background here as well. Usually if I sense a lot of anxiety or tension or heavy energy from my masculines, I'll call in Hanuman. I'll be like, Hanuman, please, look over my masculine right now, protect him, whatever he is going through, protect us both from this heavy energy. I'm feeling like the love from the feminine or that type of energy or that protection. Many of you may pray for your divine masculines as well. I'm hearing after 3 or 4 nights of nightmares, they end up having very soothing, comforting dreams of their divine feminine, and it ends up bringing a lot of clarity to them. Let's get their energy with the clarity. Okay, so we have the 9 of Wands here, which is kind of like wandering through the dark, okay, finding their way through the darkness is the feminine's energy supporting the masculines right now. The 9 too, it's like nearing completion, right? Because after the 9, we have the 10. I feel like you lead your masculine home even through the darkest of nights. So this is a card depicting you leading your masculine. Okay, and the reason it's a feminine in the card is because that's your energy. Okay, the feminine energy leads the masculine through their darkest times. And that's why you might find that it's like your masculine will resurface and there's communication between you two. But when there is communication between you two, it's like, oh my God, you've waited so long to communicate with them, and then they're cranky, or the energy is just kind of wild, or like back and forth. And, it's because they're not quite there, they're not quite healed. They may just be communicating with you because they need a light to get through the darkness, okay? And just that communication with you, that's why you guys like will ghost and then communicate for like 3 or 4 days, and then boom, your masculine's gone again. It's because you were their flashlight in the dark, okay? Like through that moment that they were going through. And twin flames, like genuine twin flame connections, no matter what's going down between you guys, and I've seen this in my own connection as well, throughout your darkest times, throughout your toughest times, your twin flame will show up to support you, okay? I'm living proof of that in my own connection as well, with just like, a lot of you guys who are with me on Patreon, and like, even who have been with me really early on YouTube. You guys know that like I'm here, I'm in my new place, I'm in my new apartment, and it's been a big change, right? Like, thank goodness for this little rascal here, because that was one of my biggest challenges, was like, holy crap, like, how am I gonna all of a sudden go from being married and living in a home with a family to now moving to my own apartment and being on my own? And it's like, here I have my gorgeous little Mega and Ariel, she's off camera right now, but she's somewhere lazing around. But never once have I felt alone since I've been in this space, guys. And of course, after a few months of being here, there comes my masculine kind of, charging in to let me know I'm never alone. So like, I feel like this reading is a huge confirmation. Look at her. Yes, it is. It's a huge confirmation that many of your masculines, and your feminines as well, masculines, if you're listening, they will always come in to support you, okay? To end off this reading here, we have the 8 of Pentacles that's coming through. Like, it's a depiction that your twin flame is always watching you, okay? Like, every screen, like, their higher self is always looking out for you. Like, this image depicts your twin flame's higher self, and there's security cameras everywhere. And that's why many of you will feel your twin flame here, there, and everywhere, right? Many of you feel watched by them. Their presence is always around you. Their energy is always around you. Like, I see a lot of you, driving around sometimes, and it's like you get out of your car and you'll be looking around in the parking lot, or as you're about to get into your home, you're kind of looking around the corner, looking behind your shoulder, because you can feel your twin flame's energy. I feel like this card here, the 8 of Pentacles in this deck, is depicting like they always have an eye on you. It's like, picture there's security cameras all around you. It's not really security cameras, it's literally just your twin flame's energy, always there to like support you, always there to guide you. Yes, many of your masculines right now are doing this kind of whole, tippy toe thing where, they feel the connection very deeply. They're drawn to you right now, divine feminines, because, again, many of you might be going through some difficult times, and it's like right when you're going through those difficult times, your twin flame will pop up. I feel like it's the universe's way of saying, it's more than just the physical connection here. You two have a strong spiritual bond, and, I feel like the more time you spend together, the more time, whoever's listening to this reading, the more you spend time digging into the synchronicities, the more time you spend having faith in the guidance that you're receiving silently, the more you're going to be shown that this person is your twin flame. Okay, that's just what I'm getting. I don't know whose reading this is for, but, if you found it for whatever reason, maybe you just need that confirmation that, whoever you're thinking about when it comes to this reading, the universe may be trying to explain to you that, yeah, like, we're going to keep giving you the signs and synchronicities, but, this is your twin flame. All right, guys. So I hope you've enjoyed the reading. You guys join me on Patreon if you want to connect one-on-one. I'm doing personal sessions again on Wizio.com, but I'm only doing about 5 of them a month. So once they get booked up, that's it for the month. And I'll keep you guys updated on when that happens and when they do reopen. Otherwise, thanks for joining me, guys. I appreciate your support here on YouTube and on Patreon, and through the personal sessions. Me and Mega both love and appreciate you guys so much. We'll catch you in tomorrow's update. All right, you guys take care. All right, bye.